willing to put into work and become good closer, become better closer all the time. Yeah, that's amazing, because 9 to 5 is always going to pay you what they think you're worth. Philip, I want to ask you, bro, how much did you made like the most in 1 month? How much money did you make the most in 1 month as a high ticket closer?
This was actually on a part-time offer, that I also landed through my network. Of course, it will be low 5 figures, and best. It was actually last year, and best time of my life.
Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we have first one and only Filip Božić on the interview. Guys, I never did this before. I decided that I want to share story of my people. How did they get involved into high ticket closing? What got them here? And Filip, if you would like to introduce yourself in short sentences.
First of all, Dominic, thank you for inviting me. What should I say about myself? Good question. First of all, just a regular guy who never gave up and put 100% effort in something that he really loves and believes in.
I love it, bro.
We are.
We've been in this game together for 3 years, right?
Yes,
We've been knowing each other, and I was the guy that actually brought you into high ticket sales. How much money did they took from you?
Oh, I think it was a $3,000.
3,000. The sweetest 3,000.
Yeah. For me, not really, no.
But look at you now. If you didn't ever make that investment, like, you wouldn't achieve what did you achieve right now. And I'm so happy, bro, to see that actually that investment paid off and that you made 50x back. So that's amazing. As I said, I would like to share with my audience, my people, to understand high ticket sales for people that want to get involved in it. What's your journey? How it's been like? Of course, every single journey is different. Like, some people succeed sooner, some people need more time, but overall, it's a great industry to be in. So I want to ask you, what did you do before being a high ticket closer? What did you do before?
Nothing like high ticket. Once you start, you can never go back. Like 80% of the people, I worked 9 to 5, if you will. And I've been there for a few years, and I really didn't saw myself there long term. It was just the monotony. Everybody was much older. I didn't have any challenges, and it just wasn't for me. And it was around lockdown period, and I just saw some ad on Instagram. I was like, okay, let's give it a try. Everything looks professional. I see myself here. And then I was on a call. Guess with who? With you. And if everything made sense, I was like, okay, let's give it a try. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I can always go back to the 9 to 5 that nobody likes, to be honest. And little by little, after a few months, I was getting much more comfortable. I was spreading my network, doing role plays, working on my personal brand, and so on and so on. And after some time, good opportunity, came. I used it. I believed in myself. And boom, and here we are.
Boom. And I want to ask you, like, how did you feel making that $3,000 investment? Because for some people, $3,000 is a lot of money. I mean, $3,000 is chunk of money, but how did you feel? Like, is that your first $3,000 investment in your life, like bigger one, or you made it
I mean, aside from college, that would be the biggest one at that point. And it was a little bit, a big step for me, because I didn't know that was a thing, the online services, high ticket premium stuff. And I think was like, it's a nice thing, maybe a grand, whatever. But and the beginning, I was like, of course, like everyone else, okay, is this really it? Is this for me? Like, I don't know, was it a good choice? Was it not? But but whatever you do, those minds, those things, those thoughts came to your mind, and that's the test. Are you really about that life, or you're not?
Absolutely, my bro. And what exactly, like, what do you like the most about high ticket sales overall? Today's industry, you have influencers that have big attention, you're closing deals for them, they book your leads on the calendar. What do you like the most about being a high ticket closer overall?
Oh, it's very hard to point one thing, but I would say there are a couple of things. First, that's why I started mainly. It was the location freedom.
Mm,
When you commute to work 1 hour, then traffic jam, you lose 2 hours a day usually for to go to work. So you're not working 8 hours, you're working 10 hours,
mm.
and you can work anywhere. You don't have a boss. Work from a laptop, no stress compared to the regular 9 to 5. And of course, it's almost uncapped commission and it's performance based. That's what I like. Okay, why would I work super hard if I get paid the same like somebody who's slacking on the job? Like, it doesn't make sense. Here it's actually rewarding if you're really putting the effort, and it's based on the skill. Also, somebody cannot pay you very some lower salary just because you're not from US or from some second third world country. So everybody gets pretty much the same commission structure, which is phenomenal. So that's what I really like. And also you can make really good income in a matter of a few calls, few days. Sometimes that was my first, actually, my mindset shift when I made like uh 2 months worth of salary in a few calls, and it actually
Crazy.
they were so easy. I felt good. I helped people, and I was like, okay, like what I did before, like it must be better way. And this sounds like the way it is.
Crazy. Yeah, that's amazing because 9 to 5 is always going to pay you what they think you're worth. It doesn't matter how hard you work, you're going to be paid the wage, right? Hourly. But in this industry, you work on your performance. That's why I always say to people, if you want to get involved in this, you need to be willing to put into work and become good closer, become better closer all the time, because people are going to pay you based on how much you know and can you perform. Like, let's say you have an influencer, he's spending like $200-300 per day on ad, and he's spending his money to get you leads on the calendar. Now he wants to have someone that is able to perform, right? So if you're able to perform, you're going to be able make much more money because your income is not limited. And basically, as you said, like if you have 5 calls in a day, let's say 3 of them don't show up, one don't buy, one buy, you sell three grand offer, you close one deal, 10% is yours, it's $300 in one day. So in
Just like
basically
that.
45 minutes of work. So it's amazing industry to be in. And I want to ask you something like,
Mhm.
what do you think as a beginners, when the beginners want to get involved in this industry, what do you feel like is the biggest mistake they make when they want to become a high ticket closer?
Well, this is $1 million question. So everybody comes in eager first month. Let's go. I see the results, testimonials. Let's go. This is it. I'm the hardest worker you ever see.
Yeah.
Yada yada. And after a few weeks, their motivation goes down. They don't have discipline built out, and they start losing interest. Work ethic goes down, and everything. So first, they don't have a plan. They don't have any structure. They're just shooting whatever they see. I would say if I were to go back, 3-4 years ago when I started, I would first find a great network, because your network is your net worth at the end of the day.
That's a fact.
Find a mentor, because when you're broke, you just want to save money with your time, but your time is your most valuable asset. And the rich and wealthy, they protect their time at all costs. So that was actually my second biggest mindset shift. And okay, if I could make so much more money much earlier, I saved 6 months. So actually, you may the money that you left on the table, but of the potential that you can make, is so much more than the investment. I don't know anyone that invests in themselves that says, "Yeah, it was the best decision." They say, of course, that's the best way to invest. First in yourself, and then in other things. People want to skip steps, and from there, actually, we have a mentor, we have a great network. Just to don't reinvent the wheel, be coachable, make a daily habits planner, and just execute like a army style. Like,
Yeah,
don't, nothing too fancy. There's nothing new under the sun. Everybody wants to sell you some marketing stuff, but hard work, do what you're told, and boom, you'll be very good.
boom, boom. You nailed it, because a lot of people are searching for that key. What's the key, bro? What's the key of success? What's the key of being a millionaire? What's the key of making 10, 15 grand a month? Everybody are searching for a key. Key is you doing the right actions every single day, right? Key is you being coachable and teachable to your mentor, because if you're mentored by the person that already did what you want to do, you just follow what he says. And ego on the side, right? Because a lot of people have ego. A lot of people think, they're the shit. I know the guys, they close first deal, like they make his first like $500, and they never show up on the calls ever again with the coach because they think they're shit. They close the first deal. So as you said, never ending progress and just doing the right action every single day. You said something really important. Okay, mentor, like that's amazing. Network. I noticed, Philip, like in last year and a half, the importance of having good network in this industry, it's through the moon. So can you explain the people a bit like why the network is so important to have in this industry?
Yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know at the end of the day. So the same job, whatever, doesn't pay same in New York or somewhere in third world country. They're doing pretty much the same amount of work. Everybody knows that example of water bottle. Okay, it's $1 at a supermarket, restaurant is $5, and in the first class in some airplane or airport, it's like $10. It's the same thing, but it depends where are you and who do you help. Okay, if you help people that are wealthy, you have much bigger leverage and they're going to appreciate it much more, have easier time when you're working with that premium 1% of people. Then when you're working with a low ticket people, they're always going to complain, even if the product is $5. Then they'll ask, okay, is there any guarantees? What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
And it's such a crazy because everybody thinks, okay, it's less money, it should be easier, and then the more money it is, but actually it's vice versa. So that's actually when people notice that, life becomes much easier.
Let's say now I'm a beginner. I want to get involved with high ticket closing. Okay, I don't have a network. Okay, I don't have a network because, as you said, like in the network, there are the best opportunities, best of the best, because it's much easier for a person to get amazing sales role through his network. Because if people recommend you, like that's a plus, right? You're going to be put in the front of the line. How can people have amazing network in the beginning? How can people actually find good network?
Yeah, that's actually the biggest mistake. Everybody wants to be a lone wolf, or they want to be buddies and network with other people who break into the industry, and they're just going into circles. They're coaching, blind, leading the blind. I mean, they have a good intent, but their execution is so wrong. So that's what I saw in the last years. 80% of the hires are actually coming from referrals. So that's when I saw that info, I was like, boom, mind blown. So they asked their top performers, okay, you're our best performer, we are hiring, we have a lot of much more marketing budget, we have a space for a new rep where is a seller, closer, CSM manager, you name it. And they asked the top performer, okay, because you're the very good, the best, obviously, also people who are great. And then they refer people who are on their level or close. They know they're gonna perform. And where do they find them? Of course, in masterminds, in group coachings, in their network. And just like I said, birds of feather flock together. So they're all around. All fit people hang around each other, all successful people hang around each other, all good people in sales hang around on the same places. So best ways to save your time and really invest in yourself, show that you're serious, in my opinion, and to be in great networks. And that's how you'll get top priority for jobs. You'll learn actually the skill from the best people. You can ask questions, you'll network, and much more. Actually, meet people, have new friends, and so on.
Yeah, as you said, it's a pay to play, right? If you don't have amazing network right now, you're no one in the industry, nobody knows you. You just started. You should actually find a guy that has amazing network and leverage his network, right? And get relationships there.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Philip, I want to ask you, bro, how much did you make like the most in 1 month? How much money did you make the most in 1 month as a high ticket closer?
Yeah. I mean, I did some real estate flip, which was a lot of money, like 5 figures. But let's say closing alone, this was actually on a part-time offer, that I also landed through my network, of course. it'll be low five figures. And best, it was actually last year, and best time of my life. I didn't have a manager, and nobody was double checking on me. No, a lot of offers have that super boring end of day reports. It was the dream offer, and I learned so much more. It was the 50th fastest growing company in the US. And if
Great.
somebody told me 2 or 3 years ago you're gonna work there, I'm like, yeah, right, But like I said, it's who you know. So I learned so much from the systems, the management, what do business owners actually look for in a rep? How can you know, go around all the old way of applying, going that red ocean, how to actually have the blue ocean strategy, how to be yourself, and how to win at the end of the day.
Beautiful. So, as you said, lower five figures.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Uh, Also, one question for you. Like a lot of people are saying, space is becoming saturated, space is this, space is that. But it's weird because what I see right now, it's boom in personal branding space. Like people are creating personal brands, people are selling coaching. There is like huge number of coaches coming up every single day, and people are saying like high ticket closers and setters are becoming oversaturated. What's your opinion about it, like your personal opinion?
Yeah, I see their point, but actually on the other end, the market is becoming much more bigger. Everybody's now spending more and more time on internet, on their phones, spending money, consumer society. It is what it is. I mean, it is getting saturated on the bottom. When the flood comes, it comes from the basement. So people who are at the top, they're always there. The top lawyers, the top athletes, top actors, they're always there, and they always have the ability to choose whatever they like because they have, like I said, great network, skills, personal brand, and everything that helps them to be where they are. And it is the barrier to entry into the industry is very low right now for the beginner roles. But after some time, 6 months, year and a half, after you build your great resume, CV, experience, and everything, then it's totally different ball game from there.
Yeah.
So then it's much better.
Yeah, I agree with that. As you said, like you have beginner personal brands, right, that are making lower income, and you have beginner closers that are also going to make a lower income, right? But as you go, as you stay consistent, as you like expand your network, as you find a mentor and everything else, you can get on the top 5% opportunities, because top 5% opportunities are making, like, as you said, 6 figures a month. And you as a closer, you can make 10, 15, 20 grand a month on these kind of offers. But you need to have a good skill, and also you need to have a good network. I think that those two, having good mentor and good network is a shortcut in some way, because if you're going to do it by yourself, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, right? Because you need to build that name by yourself, and nobody can actually push you a bit forward. I agree on that. One last question I want to ask you, like, why do you feel like all these billionaires, millionaires all over YouTube, every single podcast, when somebody asks them, what is the number one skill? What is the number one thing you should learn if you want to become entrepreneur? Sales, 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 sales. You need to learn how to sell. You need to sell. Can you give your opinion about it? Why do you feel like it's so important to actually learn how to sell and how to close deals?
Amazing
Overall.
question. That's actually when I started. I also saw a lot of those podcasts, and something clicked in my mind. I was fortunate enough that my father and my brother are great salespeople, and I was like, okay, maybe it runs in the family. Let's give it a try. And I saw, okay, makes sense, but why sales? Like maybe it was a luck, maybe it's they're just saying it for the sake of it, whatever. But then I saw it really made sense because it's going to teach you how to communicate, how to negotiate, how to respect yourself, how to build discipline, tenacity, how to never give up. Also, a lot of people, when they're in a 9 to 5, they're afraid to even ask for a raise, to ask for a time off, whatever. And when you build that thick skin after hearing so many no's on a daily basis, you pretty much become bulletproof. So your pain and stress threshold is so much higher, so the day-to-day things don't even bother you. So it's if I were to go back, maybe even door to door, solar, or any type of sales, would be the best, and then little by little you can work on the online space as well. So it's gonna help you so much tremendously. I mean, at the end of the day, everything is a sale, where you communicate to your parents, girlfriend, neighbors. Everybody wants something, and people
Yeah.
don't know how to communicate. At the end of the day, it's fascinating that people don't know how to express themselves in the best way possible. And like I said, best skill ever. And from there, you can build yourself through personal development and work on other skills. But the sale is the foundation.
Boom. One more question. I want to ask you, if person that is watching right now, okay, he wants to get involved in the high ticket sales, and let's say he truly decides to go all in. He's going to be coachable, teachable, find a mentor, have a great network, and he's going to do the task every single day and actually push the needle forward.
Mhm.
What can he expect in that journey, and where he can end up if he truly puts into work?
Oh, that's a good question as well. Everybody's impatient at the beginning. So that's the biggest mistake. When they're studying to be a doctor, they study for 10 years and it's okay for them. But here, after a few months, everybody's like, okay, where is my 10K gig? Where is this? Where is that? So you're gonna find yourself who you really are if you really push. When you'll see it's a roller coaster. It'll be up, it'll be down. But at the end, I haven't seen anyone that really gave 100% for a long period of time and haven't succeeded yet in anything. So you're gonna find what success really means. You'll build a skill set network. So even if you want to open up your business down the road or change industries, you'll be successful everywhere you go. So that's for a fact, because nobody has this level of tenacity, of skill, and actually personal development to work and invest in themselves.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And as you said, it can basically change my life, change your life, but
Percent.
work needs to be done. Like work needs to be done. Uh, Financially, also, your life purely changed as mine. So I think if you're going to truly put your mind into high ticket closing, you're not going to go around find the next like gold rush, find the next like silver spoon. No, you're going to actually focus on being a high ticket closer. You're going to go all in, you're going to give it a time, you're going to actually do the work. I think financially, as you said, you can, I truly feel like financially you can transform your life because sales is opening so many doors. It's incredible. It's not just about being a high ticket closer, making 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month. Okay, that's great. But also you can start a business in the future. You know how to sell. You can do this, you can do that. You can become this, you can become that. Because if you know how to communicate with people, if you know and you understand the human psychology, and of course you had experience of closing big deals, I think you can do anything, basically anything.
100%. And it's the oldest, one of the oldest skills, if you will. And every product or service, every company that you see, every brand, they need and need to have sales department, which is actually sales is the only one department that's actually profitable, that brings money in. Everybody else is just using money. So
Yeah.
it's the blood of the business. So we are having pretty much one of the most important tasks, which is
So
dictating if some company is going to live or they're going out of the market.
yeah, that's why we are paid really well, right?
Yeah, big responsibility. Yeah.
Nice. Philip, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing your story to audience, and wish you all the best, brother. Love you.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Bye. To